Is Birmingham in a stronger position to go forward into 2016 as 2015? Well, 2015 was an exceptional year in terms of the office market, both in town and out of town. Record take-up levels were experienced. I mean, that was off the back of some very key inward investment. I mean, approximately 30% of the deals in town were true inward investment examples. Clearly, HSBC Bank was the standout, the largest transaction, 210,000 square feet. But there were some other good examples, such as Extra Energy out at 54 Hagley Road, and also Advanced Computer Software, who ended up taking the floor at Mailbox, 45,000 square feet, towards the end of the year. So both the in-town and the out-of-town market were in a very strong position coming out of 2015. Birmingham is in the best possible, or the best place it's ever been in terms of challenging for new occupiers. We've got the infrastructure now being delivered, visibly. So the new station, the tram coming on the streets for the first time. We've also obviously got a track record of successful delivery now, but coupled with that, and I think as importantly, the press and Birmingham's profile, both nationally and internationally, is as high as I can remember. I think in the short term, with the scarcity of stock, that can only mean rental growth. Again, that'll be both in the in-town and out-of-town markets. The in-town current headline rent was set at £30 per square foot at the end of 2014 and has remained at that level really because the product hasn't been there to drive it forward. But I think, as we move forward into 2016, that will return back to pre-recession levels of around £32 to £33 a square foot. Similarly, out of town, £21 per square foot has been the prime headline rent for some time, but I know that will be increasing this year, £23.50, and then with scope perhaps to move that further as city centre rents rise as well. Well, in town, I mean, the good news is that speculative development has started. I mean, some of the brutalist buildings that really, in many ways, are, tarnish Birmingham's image further afield are currently being demolished with new developments replacing them that are actually committed, the likes of Paradise. Out of town, there are no plans for speculative development at this point. But I think as rents are rising, the justification now for appraisals to stack up are there. And with certainly with the ingredients are there to give developers the confidence that demand will be sustained. There's the buoyant automotive industry, there's the expansion of the airport. It's just announced record passenger numbers in 2015 at over 10 million people, and the scope there to double that, I believe. And then with the future of HS2, it's looking pretty positive. So I certainly expect out-of-town development to start certainly towards the end of this year. So what will the scarcity of supply mean for the market? Well, I mean, as we move into 2016, in central Birmingham, I mean, there are still one or two opportunities, not many, of good quality stock that exist if occupiers are quick to come forward. Beyond that, the new round of refurbishments start to be delivered from the end of this year, and then further afield, it's all about the new builds coming on stream. So there are opportunities now, but further ahead, it's either pre-lets or wait until the new refurbs and new developments actually arrive. Out of town, for any larger occupier, it'll have to be a pre-let until such time as new development starts. And again, looking back to 2015, there was the pre-let, the Interserve deal, very, very close to the airport at over 100,000 square feet, as an example of an occupier committing to the size and scale of building that just simply doesn't exist at this point. Yep. So my advice to occupiers looking ahead into 2016 is to come and talk to us in Birmingham. We're an expanding city, we're an exciting city. We've got a track record now of delivering occupiers that thrive once they exist here. And I think, with the rising prices and costs in London, we represent a very realistic alternative and compete favourably with any of the big 6 markets. My advice to occupiers looking to move in 2016 would be not to sit back and wait, to come forward, to choose Birmingham. We've got so much going for us, and there are some decent opportunities for choice looking into the future.